My beloved, my light, you have no idea what just happened while you were sleeping. Even the 7 archangels are standing silent, shocked, because you still don't know what took place last night. Heaven was stirred, earth paused, and your name echoed through the corridors of the divine. But you were unaware because no one told you until now. God says, wake up, chosen one. Your moment is slipping through your fingers. Hurry before it's too late. There was a gathering in heaven, a secret one. And guess what, my child? You were the topic, your life, your calling, your unclaimed miracle. Yes, your miracle that is already released, but waiting for you to notice it. They cried your name. Michael cried it 7 times. Gabriel whispered it while holding back tears, and Raphael placed his palm over his heart and said, she doesn't know yet. Please tell her. Tell him now, before this blessing returns back to the skies. You have less time than you think. That's why you're reading this now. Because he still believes in you. God put off someone else's miracle so that you could have one last chance to listen. Listen to me, even if you no longer believe in yourself. It's possible that heaven will close the door on you gently but firmly if you skip this again and leave without understanding what last night really meant. The miracle you were meant to live will become someone else's testimony. Sweetheart, you're really tired. You've cried while smiling. No one knew you didn't have any strength left for yourself while you were giving it to others. You still prayed. You asked God in a whisper, please show me if I matter to anyone. This is that moment and message. Please accept this as proof. It's not just words either. It's a message from God. You didn't see the truth coming because someone lied to you, but now you have to download it right away. Last night, someone hid something. The 7 archangels saw it happen. Feel it now. The chills and flutter in your chest are heaven telling you, don't leave this time. God's voice is shaking, but not because he's mad. He's scared that the enemy is trying to distract you right now as you read this. So, put everything on hold. Pay attention, because I promise that something will open up in your life by the time you finish this message. If you stay, believe, and let your heart be open in a way you've never done before. Even now, as I write this, Michael is still waiting with the glowing scroll that has the truth written on it. The truth about what really happened last night. The truth about who was involved, why it matters, and how your destiny almost got away from you. However, this is what shocks me. People who know you've been thinking about them know. They were shown to me in a dream last night. They woke up shaking and sweating because they knew what was going to happen to you. They didn't call, though. Someone told them not to tell you, so they didn't. There is someone in charge of the information around you, someone on a spiritual or physical level who will benefit from your delay, and God is no longer okay with it. That's the reason this message was made. It's an interruption from God. A whisper from heaven telling you to stop and listen in the middle of all the noise in your life. There is some time left, but not much. Please let me ask you a question, my love. What if the due date is today? What if the pain in your heart was telling you something? What if this message was meant to keep you safe? It's not an hourglass. You've always been sensitive to spiritual things. Some people don't feel the way you do. You're carrying weight that isn't yours. But do you understand why? Due to the fact that you break cycles, the people who came before you prayed for you. The enemy is most afraid of you. That's why they tried to spiritually blindfold you last night, but it didn't work. Because you showed up, even though everything was against you. You read this message, and in a few minutes you'll know the whole truth. Before we tell you the secret that made all 7 archangels jump before the name is spoken and the lie is shown, let me give you a beautiful invitation from God. It means that heaven is breathing over your life if you're still reading. Don't leave right now. But do one more thing before you go on. Sign up for this divine connection. It's more than just a message. This is how God talks to you directly. He will walk with you bravely if you walk with us every day. So click the subscribe button right now, because I promise that the next message might come right after you make ground. Face the wind. Let's tell you what you weren't supposed to know. Let me whisper this to you before you scroll past. If this message came to you at just the right time, it was sent from heaven. What are your plans for the future? It goes deeper, is more personal, and changes lives even more. But you can only get it if you stay online. Don't skip then. Do not wait. Click on subscribe now. When God speaks again, it could be about the thing you've been praying for in silence. It's not just a button. It's an agreement between spirits. You're telling heaven, yes, I'm ready for more. Show me the next miracle. So go ahead, beloved. Sign up now so you don't miss the thing your heart has been praying for. Do you remember how your soul felt last night, my beloved child? It wasn't a dream. There was a spiritual emergency there. It seemed like you were just rolling around in bed. On the other hand, your spirit was being woken up in the real world. Now I have to say it again before time runs out. It seemed like someone was calling you into a secret courtroom in heaven to talk about your life. The enemy tried to get rid of your name. Yes, there he was in the corner making a case against your fate. He told you that you didn't deserve the good luck. He showed you where you were weak. He wrote down your delays. He tried to make you look like someone who could be replaced. But Archangel Michael stood up and spoke with a voice that broke through every shadow. Not this one. This one has fire on it. This one is still picked. I remember who they are, even if they have forgotten. And when heaven tells you who you are, it also shows you how to fix what fear, stress, and waiting tried to destroy in your life. As your parent, I can see the trouble you've been having, the stress you feel about money, the worries that stay in the background, and the times when you don't know what to do next. Peace is already on its way because you've been asking for it. You're not supposed to stay scared. You should move forward every day with a plan, faith, and clear steps. That's why you've been given a simple system, a 30-day system for faith and money breakthroughs. A path where you say a focused prayer, do something small with your money, and get clear guidance every day to help you move forward. There is no stress or confusion. There is only steady progress toward peace and stability. Today is the day to take the first step toward making things better if you feel ready. This could be the start of a big change in your life. The link is in the description and in the comments that have been pinned below. After what comes next, you'll understand why this spiritual battle became so important to me. This part hurts, my child. Someone you trust the most was there with you, in secret at this time. They were shown something, told something, and given a chance to reach out, but they didn't because they were too scared to do so. They still don't tell you what they saw. You still don't know what God told them about you. It's being kept secret. They're acting like last night didn't happen. But who knows? The angels know. You should now also know. This is why you had a bad day. This is why your spirit has been hurting. You knew in your heart that something happened to you while you were sleeping. Here's what really happened. At exactly 3:13 a.m., your name was taken from the list of people who were late. Yes, that record in heaven that kept track of every missed chance, failed relationship, and tax scam was erased. Why? Because someone, yes, someone you love in heaven prayed for you. They begged God one more time to let you know the truth, as they stood in front of the throne. Now you're reading this, taking in the words, and feeling like it's more than just a message. It's a mirror. You're right. The secret can't be kept secret any longer. That person told a lie. The person who says they will help you. The person who texts nice things. The person who saw your pain and smiled to themselves. They saw the message. They know what you're about to get, but they don't want you to know when. They know that if you get ready, nothing can stop what's going to happen. They don't know this, though. God can't be stopped. What He has for you is already being filled with golden light and sent to you by 7 archangels. There was a real person in your dream who said, "Don't forget who you are." That was God's Spirit going off to wake you up and remind you. Because you won't be making a big step forward in this next part of your life. It starts with an epiphany. You're not crazy. You're awake in a spiritual way. It's not too late. You're right on time with heaven. If you wait one more time, though, the door you've been praying to open might move again. An angel named Michael is pacing. His spirit is waiting for you to say, "I'm ready. Show me." As soon as you do, your eyes will open, your ears will hear, and the vision will become clear. But I need to warn you, once you know, you can't forget. There will be a choice for you once the name is known, the truth is known, and the person who caused last night's shift is identified. Stay blind and safe, or open your eyes and get up. You already know what God wants you to do. This next part makes the angels cry just writing it out loud, so I'll whisper it. Someone tried to use your energy last night. Yes, sweetheart, a spiritual attack meant to make you weaker. Not through pain, but through lying, being distracted, or being with someone who pretended to be comforting, but was really taking away your purpose. What's even stranger is this. That person wasn't always like this. They were sent to love you, but now they're jealous. Comparing things came up. They've turned into the very thing that heaven is trying to get rid of. So ask yourself why they stopped hanging out with you after your energy changed. Why do they get scared when you talk about faith or the Bible? What's the point of making you feel bad now that you're beginning to shine again? They know this because they saw what last night. The scroll was there. They saw your crown. They saw that your name stood out more than theirs. They didn't celebrate. Instead, they went into hiding. They began to pray when you weren't ready. They smiled at you, but forgot to whisper something to the right person. Archangel Michael says, "This can no longer stay hidden. This truth must be spoken. This moment is holy. And if you're still here, it means your soul has already said yes. Now, let me take you even deeper into what heaven is preparing. Because what's coming for you in the next 7 days will leave you breathless. And the reason you're receiving this message first is because heaven has declared you as the forerunner, the one who breaks the chain, the one who walks through the fire and still keeps praising, the one who holds the light even when surrounded by darkness. Yes, you, of course, my beloved. Let me take your hand gently now and walk you into what the world has never shown you. But heaven has always prepared. The miracle you've been waiting for. The change you keep praying for. It's not in the future anymore. It's already arrived. But the reason you haven't seen it yet is simple. Your eyes have been clouded by the lies of last night. What lies, you ask? The lie that told you you're not ready. The lie that made you believe you were not enough. The lie that came in the voice of someone you trusted. The lie that made you shrink just when your light was ready to expand. And do you want to know who started it? A familiar spirit, a person close to you, used by a jealous force to speak words that wounded your momentum. They didn't scream. They whispered, but heaven heard it. Heaven saw it, and while you were sleeping, the 7 archangels surrounded your spirit and poured a golden covering over your name. They marked you protected. They sealed you for restoration. But it only works if you open your heart to what I'm saying right now. Let me pause for a second and tell you something very rare. Something only those chosen by God ever get to hear clearly. Your story is not like others, because your pain has been deep, your battles unseen, but your destiny divine beyond human imagination. The enemy knew this. That's why your childhood was attacked. That's why relationships failed just when they started to feel safe. That's why every time something good begins, something else rises to ruin it. But guess what? God says no more. Heaven is standing up now. The war around your life is coming to a pause because God has personally stepped into your timeline. And do you know what he whispered as he arrived? Give them one more message, one they can't ignore, one they'll feel in their bones. That's why your heart is racing right now, why your chest feels tight, why you suddenly feel like this isn't just a message, it's a doorway, because it is. And you have a choice. Walk through it and receive, or scroll past it and delay the breakthrough again. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. My beloved, I will not let you go blind again. So, let me tell you what I saw in the Spirit just now. There is a letter, a divine letter written with your name on it and sealed in heaven last night. It contains details about your next 90 days. Inside it are the names of 3 people who will enter your life. One is from your past. One is connected to your calling. One is secretly sent to derail you. But here's the thing. You'll never open this letter unless you're spiritually awake. Unless you say, God, show me what I wasn't allowed to see before. And once you say that, you'll notice the signs will come fast. Repeated numbers, dreams that feel like déjà vu, unexplained shaking or warmth in your palms, a sudden urge to cut ties with a certain person, a message from someone unexpected, and the arrival of a gift that you didn't ask for. These aren't coincidences. These are alignments. These are angelic movements all pointing toward the truth. You are about to walk into the greatest shift of your entire life. But there's still something you need to hear. A secret that was almost hidden from you completely last night while you were sleeping. Your destiny was under negotiation. Yes, child. Someone in your life stood in spiritual defiance. They didn't want you to receive what was next. So they partnered with a force that is not of God and made a pact in silence. But Archangel Michael broke through that silence. He came rushing into the room like wind. His wings stirred the heavens, and in a loud voice he said, "No pact made against this one shall stand, for this one belongs to the light." And with that, your future was rescued, but only just in time, because the attempt wasn't to kill you. It was to confuse you, to make you forget who you are, to make you stay busy so long that your miracle expires untouched. Now, here is the part that many will never be ready for. The person who was supposed to love you almost betrayed your birthright. Almost, but not completely, because heaven intervened, because someone in heaven who loves you deeply interceded with tears. They screamed your name to the Father. They said, "Please, not yet. Let them know the truth first." And that's why this message found you today. You are not crazy, you are not lost. You are not forsaken. You are simply in the middle of a war that your soul was born to win and victory. It's now breathing down your doorstep. Will you open the door, beloved? Because if you do, the 7 archangels have been commanded to release the miracle that was delayed due to deception. But I must ask again, for the sake of your soul, do you want to know the full truth? Even if it hurts, even if it means walking away from what's familiar. Because if the answer is yes, then the rest of this message will not just shake you, it will awaken you. Then close your eyes for a moment, my beloved. Breathe in. Let the noise fall away. Because what I'm about to share next is the truth that heaven shielded from you until now. The reason last night was so intense, the reason your sleep felt interrupted, heavy, strange, was because a spiritual verdict was almost passed over your life. A decision was about to be sealed. But because one voice in heaven cried out louder than all, your name was pulled back from the edge. Yes, that voice belongs to someone you missed dearly. Someone who left this world, but never left your side. They watched you cry yourself to sleep this week. They saw the hidden heartbreak behind your smile. They saw how tired you are of pretending. And they whispered to God, "Please, just one more time. One more message." They'll remember who they are if they read this. And now you're reading this. So here it is. The truth you need before it's too late. You are in spiritual danger. Not because you did something wrong, but because you're about to do something right. Your breakthrough is too close. Your light is too bright. And the forces that once had power over you, they're losing grip. So they've sent confusion, doubt, fear. Even people pretending to care only to monitor you. Have you noticed the sudden check-ins from people who were silent for months? The people who suddenly want to catch up. It's not random. They sense the shift. They don't even know why they feel drawn to you again, but their spirit feels something heavy and holy hovering around your name. It's your calling. It's finally catching up to you, and heaven won't let you walk blind into it anymore. Archangel Michael says this: tell them the vision is ready. Tell them the provision is moving. Tell them the person they think is safe is not. Tell them the person they doubt is praying for them in silence. Tell them they must choose wisely now. Tell them there's no more delay. Are you listening, beloved? Because in the next 72 hours, you will hear something that shocks you. It might be a name, it might be a message, it might be a confession. But it will be confirmation that this was all real. Your miracle is already in transit. But the question is, will your spirit be home when it arrives? Will your heart be open when it knocks? Because heaven won't force it on you. But oh, it's so close. Closer than your next breath. I must tell you now, there's a spiritual replacement happening. Someone who was in your life, but didn't value your presence is being moved out, because someone who truly sees you for who you are is being moved in. This is why the energy around you has felt strange. Some people don't know whether to hold you close or push you away, because they're sensing that you're being elevated. And elevation causes discomfort for those who only like the version of you that was broken. Now, here's something only the divine can say with certainty. You're not behind. You're not cursed. You're not broken beyond repair. You're just in the waiting room of your next miracle. But the door is opening, and this message is the soft knock. God is saying, you don't need to prove anything to receive this. You only need to believe it's real, because the moment your spirit believes, your life will begin to reflect it. And when faith begins changing what you believe, God often places a clear path before you, so that change can enter your daily life. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you. A 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. That's why you must stay alert these next few days, because last night wasn't just a test. It was a reveal. Someone showed their true spirit. Someone made a move in secret. Someone spoke your name with intention, but God heard it, and now you must be protected. So, Archangel Michael was assigned to walk ahead of you. He's already clearing paths, and soon you'll see why the delays had to happen. Because if things had worked out the way you wanted before, you would have missed the person who's on their way now. The one who doesn't just love you, but sees your soul. And if you're still reading this, it means your heart is ready to recognize them when they arrive. Beloved, this message is not ending because your journey is just beginning. And the Holy Spirit has one final whisper for this part. There is a location change coming, a spiritual relocation, a divine move. Get ready, because what you're about to walk into, you won't have to chase. It will be given, and no one, no voice, no shadow, no curse can take it back. This is only the middle of your message, and already something is shifting in the spirit. Yes, my beloved, let us continue. Because what's unfolding now is no longer just a message. It's your awakening. It's your rescue. It's your divine return to everything that was stolen from you. As I continue, hold this truth tightly. You are not reading this by accident. Even your hesitation, even your distractions, they were expected. The enemy planned them because he knew what was coming in this exact paragraph. Now, listen carefully, because this next part is the very thing the seven archangels gathered to protect. What happened last night was not just spiritual. A physical door was opened in your life without your permission. Someone used your name. Someone spoke about you behind closed doors. And the intention behind their words was not to uplift you. It was to delay your next blessing. Yes, they thought if they could control your narrative, they could control your next season. But they didn't count on this. God was watching, and Archangel Michael stood behind them the whole time. And do you know what he said? He whispered, "You touched the chosen. You altered the timeline of a child of God. That was your final move." From that moment on, heaven launched a reversal. And right now, as I write this, the divine reset is already happening. But now here's the most sacred part of this message, a revelation that only God could send to you in this hour. Someone close to you is about to come undone, not by your hand, not by revenge, but by exposure. Because last night they said something that triggered your angelic protection. They said one sentence that crossed a spiritual line, and now the consequences cannot be stopped. God is about to show you who they really are. Through dreams, through unexplainable mistakes, through messages they send you by accident, through people who speak things without knowing why. Everything is about to align because your eyes must see it. Before your soul gets tied any deeper, do not panic. This is protection. This is mercy. This is what happens when heaven finally says enough. But while someone is being removed, someone else is being brought closer. Yes, beloved, you are about to reconnect with a soul that was divinely assigned to walk with you. Someone whose name you've almost forgotten, but whose spirit has never stopped calling for you. They've gone through trials just like you. They've been tested just like you. And God had to break them in places only love can reach, so they'd be ready for you. Now, this person will not waste your time. They will not lie to you. They will not need convincing, because when they see you, they will remember heaven. But here's the test. They will arrive quietly, and the enemy will try to distract you with noise before they come. So you must stay centered. You must stay in prayer, because the enemy will send a counterfeit first, a distraction, a decoy. Someone who mimics the blessing but carries none of its fruit. So how will you know? Listen, the real one will bring peace, not chaos, clarity, not confusion, alignment, not delay. And most importantly, they will know your worth without you having to prove it. Archangel Michael says, tell them the true connection is near, but they must remove the shadow first. So now I ask you, are you willing to let go of the one who almost loved you, so you can receive the one who was created too, because that's what this moment is about. This is the final preparation before your prophetic arrival. And child, I need to warn you of one more thing. Someone from your past is watching you silently. They know what you carry. They know what they lost. And they're preparing to return with familiar words, but a dangerous spirit. They'll say they've changed. They'll say they miss you. They might even mention God. But don't be fooled by the surface. Look at the fruit. Look at how you feel in their presence. Because the one who hurt you once is still carrying the same rote of intention. God is not sending you backwards. He's launching you forward. And this message is your fuel, your wings, your sign. Now, before we continue into the final revealing, I must remind you of something powerful and simple. You are seen, you are chosen, and you are exactly where you're meant to be to receive this. The only thing that can delay you now is disbelief. So, take 1 second right now, close your eyes, and just say, God, I believe. I'm ready, because heaven does something when you say those words. Miracles start to happen. People begin to admit. Doors start to open. And the thing you thought you'd never get starts walking toward you all dressed up in glory. Yes, loved ones, let's finish what heaven began. Because this isn't just the end of a message. Right now is the start of your miracle. The next part will alter the way you see everything. Michael the Archangel is still there. His sword isn't raised for battle, but to protect you. Because what's really coming your way is too valuable to leave unguarded. Listen now. The delay wasn't an objection. The silence wasn't a sign of rejection. Being alone wasn't a punishment. It was divine birthing. Heaven was keeping you secret while it got you ready, because not everyone can see the next level of blessing. That's why some people cut you off. That's why some connections broke down for no clear reason. So it didn't matter how hard you tried. Now, though, things are different because last night was the shift. Heaven did something, and now it's your turn. I have to be honest, though, love. The time is running out, and I can see the sands falling quickly in my mind. Over the next 10 days, you'll meet 3 people. One of them will hold the key to your next level. The answer you prayed for today is with one of them. But the enemy has set up a fourth, a distraction, a delay that looks like desire. If you're not spiritually aware, you'll pick ease over calling and habit over favor. How will you know which one is right? Archangel Michael says, peace will always surround the one sent by heaven, but confusion will follow the one sent by the enemy. Test their presence. Test their fruit, because this is not a season for you to be guessing anymore. Your discernment must become your decision maker. Let me now tell you what heaven showed me about you. Yes, you the one reading this now, wondering how this could all be so specific. Wondering how these words feel like they were written inside your own heart. It's because they were before time began, before your birth, before your heartbreaks, before your betrayals. God wrote this exact moment into your story. He said, there will come a day when they will feel forgotten, but I will remind them that I have never turned away. I'll send you a message filled with love. I will talk to them through Michael, who is heaven's fiercest guardian, and I will open their eyes again. And now now that day has come. Now is the time. I have to now give you the last part of this revelation. The enemy did not want you to know this truth. Last night, your name was written on a scroll. Next to it was a time, a countdown, and a religious task. It said, final window, 15 days. Anything can happen in those 15 days. Things you've been waiting for can happen, but only if you do what it says. What are they too? Get rid of the ties that aren't obvious. You should let go of that person who makes you feel bad. So what if they don't say sorry or give you closure? Heaven saw something you didn't. Keep your peace. Chaos is no longer your friend. Anything that makes you feel less clear inside is not from God. Say what you think. Your words need to match up with what might happen. Don't give me anything else I'm not sure about or don't deserve. You are going to speak out. I'm ready. I have been picked. God loves me. Write down the idea. Yes, you have to write it down because that gives heaven something to back up. Writing down faith helps you remember it. Say yes to the divine call. And that's it. You've been waiting for this message to give you the start you need to finally start the chapter that was always meant to be yours. So, my dear loved one, this message is coming to an end. Here is one last word from the throne of God. You have not been forgotten. You were hidden so that you could shine. The lie did not mean the end of you. That was the start of my move in your life. And what's coming will not only be good for you, It will shut up everyone who ever doubted you. The guardian angels are looking. Someone is being sent to you. The big step forward is moving. Also, Archangel Michael is still here, ready for you to say yes, because the truth about last night will come out right in front of your eyes. Once you say yes from the bottom of your heart, all of a sudden, every tear, every trial, and every delay will make sense. Get ready, because this isn't just a season, it's the fulfillment of your prophecy. Yes, my beloved, your story always has more to tell because heaven hasn't stopped writing about you. Even though the main message has been given, there is still a soft echo, one last breath of God's love that you must feel before you leave. Now, let me sit next to you and whisper this. Now more than ever, you're close. Not just to your miracle or your connection with God, but to your true self, the person God made you to be before you were hurt. You were never meant to hide this part of yourself. I never meant to live with blame and broken promises. I never meant to give in to fear. It was meant for you to shine so brightly that even the enemy would be scared. You were made to go places that other people can only dream of. You were made to carry the spirit of heaven with you. You've made it this far. You've opened the scroll with your own hands and cried with your own spirit. Now God has one last thing to say. You did well on the test. Yes, even though you had doubts and almost gave up, and even though your heart still hurts for the closure you never got, God says you passed. It wasn't because you were perfect, but because you kept coming back. Because you still opened this message, even though you were scared and broken. Feel that warmth in your chest. You don't have to feel that light pressure behind your eyes. It's turning on. Everything you just got is being sealed by the Spirit. That way doubt, fear, or waiting can't take it away. Now we need to talk about one more miracle. You didn't even ask for it. Something that's been slowly coming together in the background. God is about to make your voice louder. He's about to make you more powerful. You thought this season was about getting through it, but it's really about waking up. Maybe not just for you, but for everyone you'll touch. There is more to this miracle than meets the eye. You're turning into one. You are becoming living proof that God saves, rebuilds, heals, and starts over. Don't shrink. Do not say sorry for calling. Don't put off what God has sped up. From now on, walk in a different way. Change the way you talk. Change the way you pray, because heaven knows who you are. What happened last night was just the first stone in a long line that will not stop until your divine life is fully established. Finally, I will leave you with this holy instruction. Write your own yes on paper as a prayer before the end of the day. It's also okay to just whisper it. God, yes, I accept it all. After you do that, watch what moves around you. See who remembers you all of a sudden. Keep an eye on what starts to fall away on its own. Look at how your body starts to get better, because a spiritual yes is stronger than working hard for 1,000 hours. Now get up, dear ones, a soft smile. Because the truth is that the night you thought was just another night was the night when everything in heaven began to work for you. Since then, they haven't stopped. The Archangel Michael is happy to be there. The person who loves you in heaven is happy and at ease. God, he's proud. So proud. You did it. Now act like it. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open.